Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we have this independence war going on, and I was complaining last episode about the capturing of the leader and the way that that works. I'm not really a fan of that. I don't think that it is a great idea for this particular situation. The Independence Wars work really strangely, but we have a bunch of this happening over here. I also, off camera, did a little bit of ordering over here. Only our one force is supposed to be going. These guys are supposed to be continuing the siege. There we go. So we're going to head over here, fight these guys, and we're hoping to have this war dealt with quite quickly here. That would be a nice thing. We'll see if that actually ends up happening, though. So these guys are probably going to come down this direction, is my guess. Yeah, he can keep ambitious. That'll be fine. And we're going to make our way over this way. We're probably not going to catch these anytime soon, but we'd like to fight some of these guys over this way. That does put us up to 6%. So, I mean, we're making progress, but we did have all of our progress get wiped out, unfortunately. These guys, I believe, were supposed to go here. So we'll send them on over. And we're just starting some slow sieges here to grab all of these locations for ticking war score purposes. Now, these sieges are going to take a while. There's no doubt about that. We don't have any... These guys are a potential problem. I'm going to send this force in to deal with that. That's fine. Now, we don't have any siege commanders, right? I believe we determined that last episode. This guy's rebelling. And yeah, I think there's just none others with the siege engineer trait, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we'll take out this force here, no problem, and we'll just get started on some of these sieges. Some of them will take a while, some of them will not be too bad. Let's go ahead and check in on, let's see here, which army was that? This army. No, wait. Maybe. I don't remember there being two armies here, but you know what? Okay. We'll just head on up over there. I guess I must have just completely missed it. I'm probably dumb. That's probably the answer here. That's usually the answer. So we'll just allow that to continue. And as far as this down here goes, we, of course, won this battle. So these guys are going to go restart their slow siege. Now, ticking war score is still against us, but that will change once we get one of these occupations finished. And actually, this one's going a lot faster than I expected. That's good luck, actually. For once. Okay, as far as this goes, these guys are currently heading over here. We're taking some awkward routes because I've not been paying super close of attention to this, but we're sieging over here and that'll be fine. Oh, they actually stopped to siege here. And I think they're going to fight these hostile units here. Maybe? Maybe not. Where are they actually going? They're going down over here. So I think they're going to fight them, is my guess. Now, we just finished another siege over here. We're going to continue those. Wonderful. These aren't hostile at all. They're enemy. That makes more sense. Okay, we're going to move up over here. And we'll group these together. Now, you can see they've moved off a big chunk of their forces here. They're not hostile to each other, it looks like. Okay. I don't want to lead this personally. This guy's a slightly better commander. So in we go. Excellent. We'll fight that battle, and let's check in on these sieges down here. Things are going well, actually. We'll have this war handled fairly quickly here, I think. These guys, they are about 50 days away from their siege, and you can see these guys are running away. I don't blame them. We had to take out that hostile force, but let's see if we can make our way in over this way. Now, this is currently fascinating. We're going to see if we can catch them up over this way. We take a slightly more efficient route. And this siege will be done in 16 days. We have more troops than they do, but We are starving. So that is a thing. But we're going to catch them here, and we will probably win. We did finish a siege over here, bringing us up to 17%. Actually, this one has dotted lines. This is a war goal siege, surprisingly. I didn't realize there was one here. Technically, this one is too. Cool. Maybe. It maybe is one. But this definitely is over here. So we should be seeing some gains over here fairly soon. Some pretty major ones. In fact, yeah, look at that, 54%. What did we just get? Oh, that was the ticking war score dropping, I think. Yeah. Cool, so ticking war score is on our side now because we have this occupied. That just needed to update. So we're going to catch these guys with 2,500 of their troops elsewhere. That's huge. This is free. Execute them all. This is free. Yeah, they come on in. We don't care. Finally, the whole ordeal is over. Okay, so we have a martial perk available, and we're going to take Peacemaker. Perfect. We're at 77%. We're going to split these guys and start a slow siege over here. Beautiful. How are these sieges going down here? This one will be done soon. We have another martial perk, and we're going to grab Gallant. There we go. 50 days. Do we expect that this will get us enough to end the war? Maybe. The answer is maybe. With this, definitely. Yes. Definitely. This will end the war. No problem whatsoever. We're a little bit in debt, but we're going to come out of that debt very quickly. So that's perfect. Don't move. Please don't. Okay. 99. 99. Oh, we can enforce demands. Right, because of the 10% acceptance. So we could have enforced demands at 90%. Neat. So we're going to go ahead and enforce this. He's considering the proposal. There we go. So we won that war. We'll put our troops down, and we are going to come out of debt on the very next month tick. No problems whatsoever there. We can also go ahead and pull back one of these. So we'll revoke the title from this guy. Perfect. Just so. Okay. As far as construction over here goes, it's very close to being done. So that is fine. We can modify contracts, and so we shall. High taxes. And we're going to use our hook for that. We don't want to get the tyranny at this moment. Use a hook. And use a hook. Perfect. Hello, pause menu. Multiple times. Once again, we're going to be out of debt as soon as we get a month tick here. And that is fantastic. Our men-at-arms are reinforcing, and they will be done reinforcing very shortly. We are currently capped at 59,000 troops. And that is really solid. We do want to move up to absolute crown authority. That's going to be a huge power bump for us. We want to move that up as soon as we can. And we do accept this. In fact, we probably accept all of our ransoms at this point. Up to 33 characters. So that's... Hello, pause menu. Aren't you showing up frequently? That's over 2,000 gold. So let's go ahead and come on in here and work on maxing out a few of these castles. We can get all of these maxed out. In fact, every castle here is now maxed out. Except for our capital. And now it's maxed out for our current tech level. Excellent. As far as this duchy down over here goes, it's still in progress. I suppose we could work on that, but it's kind of a low priority for us, in all honesty. So we'll just go ahead and do that for now, I feel like. Yeah, that's all a fairly low priority. I want to go to war with East Francia and punish the Pope. I want to get this territory back. We are still truced to it, which is sad. 22 December 1206. Really, still another 4 years on that one. Yikes. Definitely yikes. In that case, we may want to go for a duchy war. Down over, like, here might be a good option. So, do, like, a conquer duchy. Sounds good to me. We want to keep our vassals a little happier, so this will be okay. And we'll just raise up over here, I think. How long will it actually take our men-at-arms to get here? 30 days? Yeah. That's a little more like it. How many troops do we need in total? Like 4,000. Not very many is the answer. Okay. So we're going to raise up like 6,000 here since he is on his way in. Yep, he doesn't want to do this anymore. I don't blame him. Our men-at-arms are not quite here yet. This is enough, and we're going to head in for their capital immediately. Our men-at-arms will follow as soon as they're done. And here they come. Excellent. We're going to park at this castle real quick and allow our men-at-arms to catch up. Not one day too soon, indeed. So we're going to park right at this castle, allow our men-at-arms to catch up. Yeah, we're letting them get a little further ahead, but that's okay. We'll group these together, and we are going to split off our mangonels as well as a couple of units of levies like so. These guys are going to pursue their military force, and we'll have our siege force behind. We'll have no problem here. They have 4 counties, no big deal. They're not going to stay here, I'm sure. Yeah, they're coming up here. I don't blame them. We're not going to catch them unless they let us, but we're going to keep them on the run, is the overall plan. These guys are going to move... Oh, that prisoner escaped. Okay, sure. These guys are going to move over to the capital as soon as they can. In fact, we may want to consider flipping around our path here. Sounds good to me. We'll move into their capital. We're already at 37% war score. Oh, they're fighting this force over here. It's not going to hold them for very long, to be clear. That's okay. And we're going to get a small treatment from our court chaplain. Or rather, not our court chaplain, our physician. We'll make an example out of this guy. And we're currently 50 and in poor health. We are obese, so we should definitely lose weight. There we go. Excellent. Now they're coming up over this way. And this is fine. These guys are going to move in down over here as soon as they're done. And we just gained a tax bump. Sure. That's cool. Okay. There we go. We're going to move in down over this way. We're no longer ill, so that's great. We are still in poor health. We're working on our obesity problem. We're fighting these guys, and I do expect that to actually end the war. Excellent. Yep, there we go. So we'll enforce those demands, so be it, and disband our troops. Now we do need to hand this territory out, obviously, and we'll just hand this out to, like, random guys. I don't care. It can be any of these. Sounds good to me. And of course, we're going to need to create titles out over this way. What titles do we need? This needs to be a duchy, and we need to create that title. That de jure goes here. So this guy becomes a duke. 3 vassals go with, and there we go. No problem. Excellent. So at this point, we probably want to continue our expansion down over here. Is this an independent realm? This is. We need to clean this up. So we're going to do a county conquer down over here. And we'll raise these up like over here. How long will that actually take? 51 days? Should be okay. And I think we'll be okay only raising men-at-arms here. 2,700? This is 2,400, but they're way higher quality troops. I'm going to add in a few thousand men-at-arms, or rather a few levy troops, a few thousand levy troops. This will be plenty. Okay, sounds good. So they have their troops there, and they're just kind of chilling, waiting for the end, as you'd expect. This is, of course, completely fine. 10 days left. Okay. Let's do this. In we go. Just cleaning up a little bit of border gore over here. We do want to take some of, well, all of this territory eventually. But for right now, that is fine. Once we hit 1206, we definitely want to take back East Francia. That is for sure. We want to not give the Pope hope. That is bad, if the Pope has hope. We can transfer this Duke, and we'll happily do that. That is a great thing to do. We're no longer obese, which means that we are feeling fine. And that's great. We're very pleased about that. When can we bump up to Absolute Crown Authority? 1207 is the answer to that. Okay, sounds good. Absolute Crown Authority will mean that we pretty much no longer have major factionalism issues. That is the overall goal, anyway. We'll see how successful that is. They do indeed grow up fast, though. That is true. You know, we probably do have a siege commander now. Maybe? Irrelevant. War is over. Enforce demands, so be it. Disband all. We'll grant this off to this gentleman, and then that can probably transfer on over. Perfect. No problems whatsoever there. We can usurp a kingdom, and I'm not sure that we really want to get all that done right now, although this kingdom wouldn't be bad to usurp now that I look at it. You know what? Let's do it. We're going to usurp that, and that de jure goes here. There we go. And hopefully he'll push those borders for us. That would be nice. We'll see if he does. I definitely want to attack East Francia so badly. But right now, that's not really a great target. And we only have the one kingdom level claim, we need to remember. Let's see, that's a kingdom tier. Kingdom tier, kingdom tier. Kingdom tier. There's a lot of kingdom tier realms here. Okay, our wife just died. That is not great. Skill 22 stewardship. Sounds good to me. So we could get melancholic or drunkard or just press on. Frozen grief would give us yikes. I think we'll become a drunkard. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, so we have a new wife, and the new wife is managing our domain for us, so that's perfect. We're back up to 10 of 10. No problems whatsoever there. Excellent. I do want to check in over this way and see about getting additional upgrades. We know that this castle needed, not this one, this castle needed to be upgraded to level 2. So that looks good to me. This castle's level 2. This one's still level 1. Have we not converted this county yet? We have. Okay, so we just need the cash over there. Sounds good. I do want to clean up some of this border gore that's up here. That would definitely be a good thing to do. And to that end, this is a kingdom tier realm. So really, we're not going to be able to fully clear it up. This is only a single county, so we go for this instead. This is going to kind of create more border gore, but it'll make it easier to clean up after this truce. So we'll declare that, and how many troops does she have? 1,700, okay. So we're actually going to raise up our troops down over here, and we're just going to raise the men-at-arms, and they're going to come in over this way. They'll arrive eventually. Eventually. So that'll be fine. And it is nice to be doing some expansion again, that's for sure. She's doing a siege up here. That's adorable. She can do that if she wants. I'm fine with that. Okay, let's pop on in over this way again and see if we can do any castle upgrades while we're waiting for our soldiers to be raised a bit. I think all of these are currently constructing, aren't they? They actually are, except this one. We need 632 gold to get this raised. So that's fine. At this point, we can do strict organization or enduring hardships. Honestly, neither of those are particularly amazing. Maybe it's just Bellum Justum. But even that's not all that relevant to us right now. So that's fine. We're on our way in now with our men-at-arms, and that is great. We don't need anything other than this, obviously. And this is a very, very simple war for us. But it is definitely nice to be working on doing some expansion again. That is very nice. A lot of these factions, not very relevant at this point. We have a lot of these vassals taken care of, though. And we should consider that a lot of these guys might be problems again next life. That's the thing. 47 days on this siege, and then we'll move over here, and just make our way up this way. I don't care about siege racing these guys. We are well ahead of them on the siege curve, and we'll have ticking war score on our side very shortly here. So that is fantastic. Oh, hang on a moment. We're still 3 years away from Arched Saddle. I, for some reason, was thinking that we might have already gotten that, but we didn't. So this is something that we need to keep in mind, because our light cavalry here are going to be replaced with heavy cavalry once we get that. We're also, of course, working on communal government. That'll be done in 4 years. That is great. We're very, very pleased about that. Beyond that, horseshoes and coinage are very important to us, but chronicle writing and hereditary rule, we're skipping, and we're just going to move straight on into the High Medieval era, which isn't unlocked yet, but by the time we have these two, will be, for sure. We're at 20% war score in this war already. They are going to get this siege finished, but that's okay. We don't care. We're expecting that they're going to start getting ticking war score pretty quick if we don't get this siege done, which of course we will. So that's not really a problem. Again, I would love to have a siege commander in here. Do we have one yet? It's super unfortunate that we have a dearth of siege commanders. We have one here. He is imprisoned. We could release him and put him into service. You know what? I think we should. Where is he? He was like skill 13? Yeah. We'll just demand his conversion. And now he's in charge. Perfect. So we'll be able to siege much better now. There we go. We're up to 32% even with them having this occupation. That's pretty great. And we're going to come on over here and begin sieging. We should have ticking war score on our side fairly soon, I think. Or do we have to have all of these occupied for the ticking war score? You know, we might actually have to have all of them. I bet we do, now that I think about it. This is a duchy claim. So yeah, we should have to have all three, or rather all four of these occupied in order to get ticking. So we won't get ticking, but that's fine. We don't need it. We do want to get this castle upgrading. And let's check in on each of these. Yep, there's one that needs to be worked on there, so that is great. And we're just going to keep expanding while upgrading our castles simultaneously. That is the overall plan here. Fighting these small wars until we're truced with East Francia, and then we're going to definitely do a kingdom claim on them. Like, this is a thing that I want. I want to get this back, and more besides. I want to prove to the Pope that this does not work. What is their plan here? Okay, they're just going to go counter siege. I'm fine with this. They are not going to counter siege quickly. By the time they have a counter siege done, we will have the war won. This is completely and totally fine. There's a breach. Not that that's super impactful when the siege time is this short. But we're going to make our way on over here as soon as that's done. And actually, that's the 90% that we need right there. We'll enforce those demands. It doesn't enforce immediately at 90%. But it does allow us to enforce. So we will grant this off to some random guy. We'll grant this off to some random guy. And then we're going to need to work on some titles up over here. We can usurp this duchy, and so we shall. The de jure, that, of course, belongs to this gentleman. And 3 vassals go with. We're still one direct vassal above our limit. And what is the kingdom title up here? Cool. So that, of course, belongs to her. So we will have to try to usurp that from her, I think. Wait, we couldn't usurp that, could we? Why couldn't we? Because it would make her unlanded. Right? I think. So, because she holds something within the de jure. Yeah. That's the problem there. Unfortunate, but I suppose instead we can find another person out over this way, like this county, actually. This county should probably be plopped into Poland, so we'll go ahead and grant the vassal over here. Perfect. No problem. Okay, so it's 12:05 right now. Our truce with these guys is up when? This is us, of course. 22 December, so we've still got over a year. To that end, we should maybe think about attacking down over this way. In fact, we're at war over here. I'm not exactly sure what the war goals are. And why we're in this. But I guess we'll go fight? Question mark? I am confused, to be clear. But I'm not going to say no to fighting. Let's head on in. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we'll see about getting these wars, whatever they are, cleared up. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.